Hello and welcome back to another casual night chit chat show. Now, unfortunately, I did start a little late, 8 minutes late. No, I'll start a little late because it is, well, no, this week is another crazy week for me, and I'm starting to load up all my stuff, and I did not even have enough. I won't say enough time per se, but I don't have I know it's a okay, no. It is technically an excuse, but at the same time, I really don't have enough time to actually put the extra hour for game dev. So the only thing left I can do is actually just stream. But we will put a little bit work later after the halftime show. Today we don't have any topic. Whatever I need to say, I have been said in general. So the only thing left actually is I would say see the thing is I want to stay away from gaming drama in general. So yeah, it's that literally cuts down a lot of stuff already. So that's not fun. That's for sure. But it's okay. For now, I'm gonna stay far away from that. Next year maybe I'll change things a little bit. But we're gonna move on. So today we're gonna talk, or rather not really talk, but I'm gonna itemize a little bit like what I want to do for the game dev for today. We want to do some recap as well. And one of the biggest thing is Atomic Hub has not been very nice to me because I can't really let me check. All right, because I can't really set up my collection. Yeah, we have two drops. All right, two drops, three new digital items for you to grab. One is the drop for May. Another one is the one that I promised for the people who completed the common collection from my series 2. So I owe them. And because we are introducing a new character, or rather we have kinda introduced a new character, so that new character would be the special drop for those who managed to collect the Ape Expression Series 2. Okay, so that's that. Now what we want to do is, okay, make sure this is turned on, make sure my game is turned on as well. And we want to see if we can reach to the next milestone. And the next milestone, okay, so the next milestone, let me turn on the game first. This one is kind of a mini milestone. So for every milestone that you unlock right now, mini milestone, the character will there will be a small little changes in the character. And at the same time, I need to remodel a few things because the current model is just not pleasing enough. It's just not pleasing enough. It's just meh in general. So that thing needs to be changed, unfortunately. And yeah, no, that's it. So hang in there a little bit. Let me do a few small little things. Okay, turn this thing on. There we go. Make sure this is there. The next milestone is set at 350. You know what? I need to put like the goal, like points gain 192 out of 350. Yep. Okay, so today let's see. First thing first, I need to do a few things. Housekeeping. One of the biggest housekeeping is because I am uploading all my stream videos to YouTube, so I need to double check that. But first, the most important thing is, let's see if I can upload anything to Atomic Hub, because that's the only thing right now that it is, I won't say worries me. I don't know why I can't, not sure why I can't upload, but I could not upload the video and picture, which is slightly annoying. Yeah, did they run out of hard disk space? I don't know. And that's that. And do I need to go, because I won't say I keep uploading. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it first. Okay, come on. Error again? Okay, so when it errors, there's only a handful of things that I need to check. Number one is, do I have enough storage space for my collection? That is very straightforward, very simple. We want to see the amount of RAM, and if not, then yeah. Okay, that's not cool. Yeah, I'm just letting the what do you call this? Oh, I'm just queuing up, see if anyone is gonna play for the night. If not, today's gonna be a slow night. In general, actually, it has been quite slow generally. Yeah, it's one of those things where there's only so much. Okay, you know what? On one end, there's only so much you can show and tell for a project, and especially if a project if the project wants to show and tell. For me, even though I'm doing show and tell, and that is also very slow, but I think it's an okay pace because I do not say recap what I've done, but I do, make sure go through what I've done, what I need to do, and so on. So that's the only thing left for me for this channel if I were to still continue, and that's about it. Yeah, like I said, it will not change because this is my, I won't say journey, but it is part of the journey for game dev, and it is something that I want. No, something that I want to do. Yes, it is something that I want to do. It is, I won't say it's very, very important, but it is important to have, one of those things that I would say, yes, I've did it. Yeah. So it's that. That's the main thing I want to say. It's one of those things where I say I've done it. Did it work? Yes or no? That's it. Right? So we want to go through the results and whatnot. Okay, so really, I could not upload anything, and that's not cool. I really, okay. I would try another way to upload all this stuff, because I need to definitely do this drop at the end of May, which is this week, and this week is just crazy. Did it? No? Oh no, it did not. I am upset right now. Okay. I am very, very upset. Because it's supposed to be uploaded. So that means oh, feels like it's not gonna error out. Would it? Okay, anyway. Not gonna deal too much change too much stuff. So number one is, let's see, I need to, yeah, it's not working. I'm not happy, and I don't have enough time to debug. That's the problem. If I have all the time in the world to debug, sure, but I don't have all the time in the world to debug. Okay, so let's go through some of things that I want to go through, which is the game dev. So far we have the combat kind of ironed out already. That was last week. I'm just going to go through the main thing at hand, which is, what did I type for last episode? And it is episode 20. Yeah. So let's see. Episode 20, new character to our Twitch chat game. Done, complete. No, not. Okay, I would say complete. Fix single attack input cycle, backend script cleanup, complete. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna go through some of them. But the thing is, I need to run. Okay, so this is the decision I need to put, because I need to run the game as well. So you know what? If nobody watches, if there's no live viewers, we will switch. Okay, let's put it this way. All right, so new character for the Twitch chat game. So that's that. I need to also double check a few things, which is my YouTube channel as well. So I need to go through my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna take this time while waiting for people to join. So we gonna queue up another 10 more minutes. If yes, good. If no, that's all right. Okay. And at the same time, we're going to do some housekeeping. We're going to go through everything we need to go through. Okay, so with that, so last week we have new character for Twitch game complete, which is what right now you can see. It's technically a mask. Now the mask, I don't want to do Friday the 13th style, right? Jason's mask. No, this is more closer to, okay, it's not a hockey mask per se, but it is actually quite close. Wow, I want to use a skull, I just realized. So it's quite close to Scream. No, it is gonna be a little bit more stylish, so it's actually more closer to, truth to be told, I am using the inspiration mostly from Overwatch, number one, and some 3D, I won't say skull mask per se from Call of Duty. So that's, both of them are shooter games. And last but not least, the main reason why I choose to have a mask, actually the biggest inspiration or the biggest, no, the initial inspiration and motivation actually comes from Darksiders. Yeah. And surprisingly, I chose Darksiders 2, which is Death. So we got, obviously, Overwatch 2 has the mask as well, which is cool. And I have a few designs I want to show. So right now, I could and I should draw my mask for you guys. Yep. And one of the biggest reasons, obviously, Friday the 13th, right? Jason, not say Jason, yeah, Jason's mask does also play a role, because right now we are fighting against a new boss or new monster. Someone new, right? It is Subject 42. If you read some of the things that I've posted up on what do you call this, on Discord, right? There's a small little story over there, and it is a new character. Now, obviously, depending on how the play session goes, the story will swing one way or the other. So I need to put some rules onto the Project ACG channel so that it would be like an official thing, right? If you hit it, great. If you don't hit it, then the next one. Okay, cool. So that's that. Let's see. So on my, okay, so this round, so combat is done last week. 20. Okay, before we go any further, I would just want to double check a little bit on my Twitch export, because same thing as well, like last week I have issue exporting stuff, like everything got messed up last week, or rather last 2 weeks, so everything is just in a mess. Okay, we have, yes, okay, so we have exported the last 2 episodes. Great. All right, so I'm not going to touch that. That's done. Next up, we are going through the single player, which we need to go through, but according to my notes or to my log, we only did the character, which is already there, and then the single player attack input cycle. So basically, combat-wise is kind of done. We need to put on a task. Okay, so we need a task. It says 3 attack animation. All right, so 3 new attack animation. This is mainly for the single player game. Okay, sweet. That's the task from last week. If I were to add a task, and this week, what I want to do, what I need to do, is to make sure the idle portion of the game is complete. It has to be complete this episode, not saying this episode, but this week. So we're gonna sprint through as much as we can. And I also realized the modeling, the asset modeling also needs a huge debug, because currently the face it has too much issue, okay, and I don't like it. So let me show you what I mean by that. Let's go to this, and let's go to scene. Haha, look at that. All right, so ignore that guy. So yeah, we have a mask over here, but the mask is weird. And then I realized also, all right, so one small little fun fact: if I put certain color on the mask, it becomes a baboon, and I want to actually use that as a theme. All right, So I need to redo a few things because it feels weird right now. Like the mask here it's weird. It should be, I think I want to do an X from the side. Okay, it's an X. And then of course the mask here, you can see, yeah, too much space in between. We want to have at least a snuggly fit a little bit. And at the same time, the more masks I search with this type of style, it's actually quite close to Predator as well, which is like, okay, cool. I have a few inspiration. And of course, it's not clean, right? One of the big reasons it's not clean. And I can actually see the fun bit is because right now I have this prototype mask. Air quote, I can actually make it as a prototype mask, like literally in the lore. And that is a fun thing that I can do, which is cool. Okay, and I think we put here is much easier, much nicer to see. You can see the backdrop and you can see everything. Okay, so that's that. And of course, one of the biggest bug, yeah, there we go. This face. The new face is, yeah, something is off. So I need to actually fix that. So that's one thing, and that's it. Okay, so I went through, all right, I've gone through most of the lists, and we want to get at least the single player game, the whole entire game loop should be done by this week. If not to say by my schedule, but I purposely push the schedule as much as I can. So by this week, you get to see the whole gameplay. By end of the week, no, sorry. By end of the week, the whole gameplay should be done, and next week you get to see the full gameplay without bugs, I would say. Yeah, without bugs and whatnot. And then that's it. That's it. Okay, so then we will be a little bit on track for the summer, because summer we're supposed to get a game, and this game is very simple, and it is, the thing is, the game is simple. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the game is simple, so yeah, we have to get everything done. Okay, so with that being said, combat, we have the input buttons, like how I doodle on the, you know what, I think we should doodle a little bit. Okay, where is my devlog? Yep, some of you have seen this already, so that's great. So I'm gonna put it here. Oh, dang it. I can't zoom in. No way. No way. No way. There we go. Yeah, I can't zoom. So we have 3 buttons. We have power bar and everything. So the power bar is working. The buttons are working. So everything is working on the combat phase, which is good. 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 That's all I care for this phase. Next phase. All right. So the next part for the idle. So the idle is, we have a mood bar and we have an HP bar. You know what? I'm gonna change, mood bar. We're gonna lock it down. I'm gonna call it a mood bar. So when your mood bar hits 0, game over. I don't want to use mood bar because the theme of the game is, so you are on your island, you will go, yeah, okay, not mood. At the end of the day, it's mood, because in order to replenish your mood, you need to go for an adventure. And when you go for an adventure, I'm gonna increase this a little bit because I was researching it a little bit on the side, like how to make it nicer. But for now, for this case, I'm gonna assume that function does not exist, whereby you can go for a treasure hunt, mini games and whatnot. And so we're gonna put that on the side because we were gonna put mini games as well, and that is much later. So to replenish your mood, you have to go for an adventure. And if you fail on the adventure, you gain no mood. Do I want to put that? Gain no mood? Yes, okay, no gain. But if it's a success, you gain your mood. Yeah, your mood. The thing is though, I don't want to use the word mood though. It feels so weird. It's okay. All right. For the sake of pushing out a game, let's stick it. And then if you lose, you gain. If you lose, you don't gain mood. If you win, you gain mood. If your mood goes 0, game over. Straight up, game over. And I won't say game over as you die or whatnot. Game over as in you are done with the island. You just give up. Right? You're done with the island. You go home. So it's sort of it plays a little bit to like camping theme per se. And the reason why I use a windmill for now because windmill is an asset that that has been existed in my workflow in my collection. So might as well just use it. So that's that. And yeah, if not, I'll just put a simple camp house or cabin. Wow, no, I could, but it's okay. Windmill. I choose windmill. So next part is now the windmill will show you your adventures, your avatar stats. So your avatar has level and days spent on the island. Now we want to introduce day cycle. One of the biggest reason is I want to learn how to do a dynamic day cycle for the game, but that is the lowest priority. That one I need to figure out how to do it. But for now, it just records the day goes by. So for every X amount of seconds or minutes you spend in the game, the day will pass. So right now I'm planning slightly a little bit along the lines of 1 minute per hour. Yeah, 1 minute of game time to an hour. And then if you go for an adventure, same things. For every 1 minute you spend in combat, it will translate into the overall time. That is also not the biggest function that I should put, but one of the main function I should be putting it, because if I were to use digital pads, there is a timer, and that is interesting. How do I want to do it? So that's one small little research I need to do. Oh boy. Yep. Okay, so I think we reached the end of the countdown. Nobody is coming in. That's totally fine. So let's go straight to game dev. Oops, let me click this. Let me close this window. Also, at the same time, we might need to face the music of what happened when we don't get viewers, right? But that's not a big problem for me to say, in my opinion. Not even a big problem. Okay, now where is my... Why did... Yeah, okay, no. Ha! What happened to... What happened to... No. Yep, okay, correct, but that's the wrong one. Oh boy, I don't know what's happening. Everything is messed up. Everything is messed up. Okay. Okay. Change this. Everything is messed up. Yep, okay. So that thing is over there. What did I do? What did I do? My goodness. Okay. Let me switch this to... No, I need to load the script. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Need to load a script. Come on. Okay, loading up a script. And then wow. What rubbish is this? Okay, there we go. I was finding this. Okay, so as I said, so we need to put down a few perimeters. So we need some leveling system. We need our information, mood, and everything. HP. So HP is for every, I would say, second you stay on the island, you regain back your HP. But there is a faster way to do so, and that is to do like activity mini game. Yeah, mini game. So I have a small little mini game that I have in mind. I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but we're gonna attempt to it. So the mini game is very straightforward. It's basically pressing the arrow key button, right? So there will be a sequence of what do you call this? A sequence of arrow key. As long as you complete it within a small time frame, you gain back HP and you gain buff. So this is gonna build into like the gym or whatnot, the jungle gym, and that's something I need to model and I need to model. Okay. Okay, so lots and lots of small little tasks for me. That's the reason why there is a thing called scope creep, project creep, feature creep. Right, depending which one you want to use, it's basically almost the same thing. It's basically saying that, hey, you know what, you're trying to keep introducing function and whatnot, and it's gonna take more time than usual. Yep. Okay, so single play game. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so if I click here, right, the windmill house should go in. So this is the combat. Just gonna do quick with the recap. If I press attack, enemy HP will go down. Yep. So my HP also will go down, and that was last week as well. So no, that was predominantly last week, is to get all of this thing done. So in terms of combat, this is done. In true fashion, the combat is done already. Yep. Not gonna do anything different. The only difference I need to do is probably presentation of the combat, but as far as it goes, done. Okay, let's lock it down. So enemy HP goes 0. All right, adventure over, go home. So obviously there will be a extra thing where you have loots. So I want to introduce loots as well, but that's not the main thing. So once we are back here, our HP should reflect the HP that we have. So what we need to go is we're gonna do a few things. All right, so let's get on to it, shall we? And that is the task of the day. I need to make sure that our HP is getting populated correctly. Okay, advertising game manager, we're gonna close all this other stuff because we are also using a save system. Okay, happiness, blah 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 blah, not bothered, go for an adventure. Okay, cool. So that's that. Now next is if we go to an adventure, okay, it should load up a set of perimeters as well. So next up is adventure manager, and we want to go through the most important thing, which is player is it here? Yes, save system. We're going to copy this guy and we want to put it to this guy. UI slider. So save system would be here. Let's see. Set. Right. Sign. Ay. Oh, my spelling. Horrible spelling. Okay, so from here, what we need to do is spawn enemies. Not bothered. We need to go through a few things. Game and okay, attack. No, where's my load? Ah, there we go. Player setup. Okay. Load single player, load game, get current health, get player current. Okay, yeah, there we go. So we're gonna copy this whole thing. And every time we start, okay, so when we start, we need to load. So we're gonna put a new flag. Setup temp, new game. So we need to put an extra. Wait, let me post. Let me pasta. Okay, there we go. We're gonna paste here. Save system. Nope. Okay. Debug. New game. Okay, debug new game. So when we have new game, happiness 100, health is 100. Yeah, ignore the spelling error. One of the easiest way to check whether it's my code or not is all these weird spellings. Else, so very straightforward. Get current health, but we also want to get our current HP happiness. Get current happiness, and then we want to have this as well. So we're gonna access our what do you call this? Save system, and then we're gonna do all this thing. Okay. Okay, sweet. Done. We have these two things. Very, very important. And then we can switch happiness. Alright. So happiness, health, current HP, current happiness. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a slight little cleanup over here. Okay, there we go. Slight little cleanup. Done. Done. And then I would, oh, you know what? Next week I'll be busy as well. No. What I want to say is, like, if we don't get any games to play, we're gonna switch to another game. And I think the best game that I can switch to is Dune Awakening. But at the same time, it's like, do I need to switch to Dune Awakening? You know what? Let's put this officially on the record. As of today, well, it has been, if we don't receive any games or players and whatnot, and actually I can talk about this right now because this I think is the best time to talk about it, is what about games that I won't say died off, but games that is heavily reliant on player activity. And I can easily say, okay, straightforward, if we don't get players to play with, to play against with, with and against with, then we go straight to game dev. All right, we'll put more time on game dev for the record. All right. Oof. And actually we can talk about that. What about dead games? Because I think that's actually a very good topic as well, because there are lots of other games that are kind of, I won't say dead, but dead. Games that rely on player count. And that's the biggest issue with a lot of player versus player games. Yep, there is no I would say there's no more incentive to play a multiplayer, not like multiplayer game. That one big reason is I need to really prepare for this, but I'm gonna put it out as simple as it is. Multiplayer games, when there's no player count for multiplayer games, what is there left? The answer is none at all. Truth to be told, none at all. Okay. And that's painful. That's really painful. I am not gonna lie, that is a painful thing. Unfortunately, that's how it's supposed to go. Okay, save. Alright, so it goes something like this. So what type of games are that requires an active player? So traditionally, it has always been PvP, right? The classic PvP, invite your friends over and have a two-player game. So technically speaking, it's two-player games rather than PvP. Because co-op also can be a two-player if I want to, like Super Mario Bros. So you can play two-player. So a lot of things is it's two-player based back in the days, right? Like when you are playing Atari, NES, and literally when you got no one to play with, that's the game. That's really the game, like Pong. So the only way to solve this issue, add an AI. So Brawlers has an AI. Alright, so I cannot throw too much shade. Brawlers has AI. So they fulfill criteria number one, which is having something to play a games with. Alright, so I'm just gonna switch this to this for now, since I'm coding at the side and it's, I won't say it's boring, but I'm trying to narrate as well. And so we have bots. At least we have bots, but as you can see, it's slightly busted. Why this happens, I don't know. I really don't know. From my point of view, since I learned how to code and whatnot, something is not connecting. And what it is, like AI, do you really need a, actually, you know what, that's a good topic. That's a good topic. What makes a good AI? And truth to be told, it's not as hard as what you think, but it is also as hard as what you think it is, right? It is less hard but more complex. If you want to do basic AI, it's very simple. But if you want to add complexity and whatnot, yeah, that's where it comes in. I won't say the difficulty, actually the difficulty. That's where it comes in, which is crazy. Crazy. Okay. So that's that. I got no other easy way to talk about it. So creating AI is tough. It's tough, but creating a simple AI is easy as well. Because I will attempt to create an easy AI. We already have an easy AI in my game already, right? The only difference is, yeah, because my game is a bit simpler, so probably not probably. I know the reason why it's easier to do because it's just simple. So we're gonna not say learn, but we're gonna attempt to make a much, not say complex AI down the road, but we want to make a little bit more complex. Like we're gonna set up some parameters, because AI needs to fulfill one primary criteria for the player, and that is telegraph. The AI needs to telegraph, like, hey, you know what? I am gonna do this. How are you gonna respond? Because if it's just pure RNG, if you don't give the player enough time to react, and that's actually a very bad formula. Because sadly, that's one thing that I learned in the build a story. Because there's no reaction, there's no action to react. There's nothing to react, and that's a bit painful. So I'm gonna quit this. Yeah, this game is dead. So that's one thing. So this game, in as far as single player goes, it is broken. Alright, it is broken, and nobody wants to play a broken game, regardless how simple the game is. Nobody wants to play a broken game. So that's one of the big things I'm trying to learn as a game dev as well. Make sure everything's going well, make sure everything goes good. So right now everything looks great. So we can play against AI. And of course, the AI don't really, unfortunately, card games, the AI don't really have a very telegraphed attack, okay? Sadly, and fortunately, card games don't really need that type of telegraph attack. The only difference is for AI when it comes to card games. Oh no. Actually, I can break down a little bit, like a few parameters that the AI can do. Yup. Because right now we can have two systems for the AI, and that is a simple AI which just plays normally, and then we have another AI that takes more risk. And then of course we want, so the difference is, of course, it's not a learning process for the AI, so a few things we can't do because of my limitation. My knowledge right now, it is limited, so I can't really explain, and I don't know how to explain because I don't know how to do it. So I only know two ways, right? You can make your AI normal, place the card normally, or it plays a little bit more risky. And that's it. And of course, you have a mix up a little bit there. So there will be a third option. You can have an AI that has both, and then you can do weighted AI. So weighted is basically the same thing. You just need two different AI profiles, and then you just put like how many percentage would the AI do if the AI gets certain cards or certain perimeters. So that's what I've done already. So it's straightforward. So the only left for a game like this, all right, so I'll copy straight directly from games that I used to play when I was a bit younger. So games like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2, right, have a simple story, right? Just a progression like, okay, so first, your first opponent is going to be the simplest AI, will just simply play or something like that. And then when the games when as the opponent goes up, or as you defeated more opponents, it becomes harder and harder. And then after that, you get to a big boss. Now the big boss is something that I would say in AI terms, no, in normal game terms, they are cheating to begin with. All right, they get better cards, they get stronger attacks. And let's say you play like fighting games. So there we go. Yep. Okay, so let's get back here because I've loaded all the things I need to do. Player HP, player mood. Yeah, there we go. Player mood. Save. Okay. This is. No, I want this. Luckily, I didn't paste the wrong place. Okay, happiness. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna use mood. Player mood. Okay, and then save. Next up is player mood. Happiness will be, yeah, happiness will be mood. Get happiness, done, 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 save. Okay, cool. So next up, we also need to copy this because we're gonna go all the way down. Is when you go for an adventure, save. All right. So how do we check? All right, happiness and health. Done. So the only difference is happiness should, okay, happiness bar will not go down when you are out for an adventure, just to make it simple. Okay, sweet. Done with this. Show this. Okay, so if this works, the HP will show accordingly. Now, how to make the mood goes down? Mood is very straightforward. For every minute pass, -1 mood. Just to make things easier, because previously I went for an accelerated rate. So, ta-da! It worked. It worked. Okay, cool. So, when mood goes 0, game over. So we're gonna put a game over screen. And game over screen, it will just reset everything. That means you have to start from scratch again. And that's the game. That is the game. So let me get game over screen. Yeah, okay, cool. Game over. And then we're gonna add a new button. Yeah, there we go, button. So we make this a little bit bigger. Okay, and then new game. Okay, sweet. Now, we also want to put a perimeter here as well because we need to know if our game is new or not. So somewhere down here. So yeah, all right, cool. Okay, so before we do anything, okay, I need to put this adventure. This is game over screen. Okay. Oh, actually, we have game over. Yeah, there we go. Game over. Day on the island. 999. Okay, so we're gonna use that. We're gonna use this. Ta, 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 ta. because I want to use this. This is basically part of the gameplay. Like, you really need to show a stats. Like, all right, how long did you survive? How long did you stay on this island? Yada yada yada. Okay, there we go. Make it nice and big. New game. Okay, now okay, so first thing first, UI, game over UI, game over. Alright, so game over UI will always be false on start, but when you debug new game, okay, so no more debug new game. Game state, there's gonna be a master game status. Right? New game. All right. One of the biggest reason is we just need to check here. But before we can do this, what we want to do, instead of going game over set like false. Oh no, always turn off game. Very important. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check for save, right? And we're gonna use the single player system. So, all right, we're gonna call this game new game status 0. Oh, come on, where's my equals? All right, 0 is new game. That's it. That's it. So all we need to do is we check for, yeah, so okay, now what we need to do is we'll make sure a few things. So if equals, no, less okay, and that is where the new game happens. So new game equals true. But since we don't want to use all this code, what we can actually do is like this. And then what we want to do, we also want to do a debug. I just realized, so we can just remove all this line, and then master game state, and so then we can do this, because if we check new game, automatically it will set up. That's it. Ta-da! Okay, done. So to show it to you live, so what I'm going to do is go here, and I'm going to manually check new game, and it will automatically set up. That means my moon bar will go back to max, HP will go to max. And there we need to do a few small little things. But first, we also need to check our game over. And with that, what I want to do is, where is my game manager? All right, new game debug. So when I press play, it would show me new game. There we go, mood HP max. All right, so while using this, I'm going to take the advantage to make sure everything is good. All right, so take every wait for seconds. All right, default. I'm going to put a note for myself. Default would be 60 seconds for now. I might need to change this as well. Happiness 0, game over screen, game over true. And next, what we need to do is, do we have a scene? All right, scene management, update UI, tick. There we go. Go for an adventure. Public void. Game reset. Unfortunately, we're not going to do that yet. So load combat, load scene 0. All right. The reason why this number don't read too much is how I built the level. 0 is the idle screen, and 1 is a combat screen. So we have our game reset over here. Go for an adventure. All right. Good. Okay. Cool. Everything seems to be in place. Now, let's make sure everything is in place. Game over. Restart. Assign game manager. And do you know what? Out of all this topic, 1 hour is almost done. It's almost up. That is how fast. Oh my goodness, that's how fast the game dev takes. Like in a blink of an eye, poof, just like that. Just like that. Okay. So as promised, we want to make sure the game loop is done. So we need to get at least a few more things like leveling and whatnot. So that is part of the stuff. Okay, but before we do anything, make sure this thing goes. All right, you can click your avatar to anywhere it goes. So of course I'll put some. All right, there we go. Game over. Blah blah blah. New game, and then mood. All right, cool. So the game cycle has reached to its point. Now the only difference is we need to get a few things up and running. Number one, first thing first, we want to switch our mood. Mood meter. We'll keep it at 1 second because we want to go through our adventure manager. Okay, we want to do a few things. Single player, yeah, mood. We want to put under the save. Now, before we do save, we want to check a few things. Enemy defeated, player defeated. That is the most important thing. When player defeated, nothing happens. When enemy defeated, want to do a reward over here. Player mood plus equals 2. And after that, we want to save. So it will save here directly. Yep, that's it. Okay. So how to simulate this? What we want to do is we want to make sure a few things is up and running. So we will start with new game. Oh, no, we have to remove new game. Okay, so this is the key thing we have to do. If we don't remove new game, every time we reload this scene, it would assume that the game is new. So let me remove that game. Push it out. Okay, cool. Mood goes down. So because the combat is made in a way where you will win if you keep spamming the buttons. So we're going to introduce the mechanic that I've mentioned. The more days you stay on the island, the harder the enemy goes. Now, do we have a game over like you win? Unfortunately, this game does. The original intent of this game is not having a you win button like, okay, you win. But I think we could put that, but that will be expand according to the Twitch game that I'm making. Right? These two goes hand in hand, kinda in a way. All right, so go home, mood up again. All right, so mood, we want to make sure it goes very, very low, and then we're gonna go up. So we're gonna check a few things. Attack. Oh, I think I did it the wrong way. Because what we need to do is we want to make sure the mood bar doesn't go all the way to the top, because it's only it restores only 10, not 100. I know what happened. All right, check. All right, make sure you see the HP. All right, HP we have a little bit, so this thing will refill straight away, and I think I know why. So we're gonna go to our script again. This is important. So when we start with a new game, remember this guy over here? It says less or equal. So we need to put this at 1. So we don't have a new game all this time. Alright, I think that's the small little mistake. Whew. Alright, so we have reached to the end of the stream, technically, but I'm gonna put some time, so we're gonna make sure some of these things is up and running. Unfortunately, the jungle gym I can only I can't do the jungle gym just yet. Okay, boop. But what I can do is a little bit of like EXP or something. So obviously the more experience you have, the stronger the attack it is. So but for now we're gonna just make sure we have our stats up and running. Do we? And of course, oh, you know what? Okay, that one, I think that one's much later. Because like Digimon and digital pets, there's a extra activity called food, right? You feed your pet. So when you feed your pet is happy. And we want to make something like that. Okay, something is wrong. It feels like let's fix this. Let's make sure this thing is up and running. All right. New game status is 1. Yep. Less than equal, and then else. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Right. Check the mood. I want to make sure everything's running. And I think I did off it. Yeah, no, let's make sure this thing is okay. So yes, on my save file it recorded mood 50, player HP is at 100. Okay. And another one. Okay, another one I probably can do something like an idle system. But maybe not. All right. So player mood 60, HP 60. Go home. All right, it did not load properly. So why it did not? I want to make sure so 100 again. So obviously it's from here. And I did not change the screen when I test. My bad. My bad. Okay, so I'm gonna change the screen for now. Make sure everything is working. Okay, let me see. New game, turn off. Everything is off. All right, cool. So if I press play, oh, I should not press play. I should not press play because I need to add a few parameters. I'm gonna keep that spelling, all right? View game. Game. For those who copy blindly, right? Then I know exactly where it came from. Okay. All right, game over screen works. So now what we can do? No, we need a much more faster deduction. And then of course different activity will increase the mood, but over time there will be a time where the mood just it just overall it will just go downhill. so basically that's the forced game over. If you play long enough, there will be a forced game over. Yeah, but that is you reach to a specific level. And I think I can add score as well. Score would be the adventure that you go, the quality of the adventure. Yep. All right. So we need to make sure this game loop is done. Then if I have enough time left, I'll do a little bit more extra. Okay, let me save. All right, clear. I just realized I got too much logs. Okay. Oof. Just like that. Wow, 1 hour just gone. Gone. That's just trial and error. That's how much work is being put into game dev. So one of the biggest reasons why I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to give too much, I won't say heat. I don't want to throw too much shade for game dev. One of the biggest reasons is it really takes time, but sometimes. Okay, it says new game. Why you keep saying new game? Huh. So the best way, yeah, so best way it ended up being this. Let me remove this straight away. Because sequence is important, and that is what I learned previously. Like, you can't really throw too much perimeters because just now was new game or this, right? And then because yeah, okay, all right. So now with this, because I have saved, it should not say new game, right? It should not say new game. If it says new game, something is wrong. Load game, okay. And there you go. Example one, a prime example. Sometimes I want to cut corners by making the script a little bit more simpler, but ended up being shooting myself on the foot because the perimeters are not, I would say, call out properly. Okay, go home. Okay, go home. Is this? Huh. Huh. Okay, let's check. All right, mood goes down to here. Okay. Then I just realized as well, I keep forgetting to switch the screen. So go to an adventure, it's save game over here. Okay, so go to an adventure. And when I go for an adventure, if I check my script, it says, yes, everything confirmed. New game status is check. Player mood, check. Player HP, check. Okay. Maybe I need to change a different route. Yeah, maybe I should not use integer or just use boolean. Not boolean, bool. Yeah, just put that true or false. Okay, yup, so when it's saved, new status 1, player mood 40, player HP 82. Then when I go here, it says new game. Why do you say new game? Why? Okay, you know what? Let's go through this whole script. Okay. Single player. Bool. New game state. Okay, new games. No, game status. Okay, that's all. That's all I care. All right, this is what I care. Then we go here. Then we know that if All right, so we don't care about this line. If false, it's new game. Okay, straight up. If this is false, new game, true. Check for save game, right? And there's only one place that will do this, right? That is here, true. Okay, and then new game, true. Oh wait, yeah, all right. If the game status is false, new game, true. All right. So we go again. I want to check. I really want to check. Why did adventure? So either here something player mood. Okay. Player current HP. Okay. Sweet. Checked. Checked. Okay. I think I know why. Okay, stupid me. Stupid me. Stupid me. Okay. Spawn enemies. That's where you set up here. Load. That's the reason why it's not working. Load. Yeah, you need to load. Because I thought it would auto load, and I realized I did not put the script that it's auto load. Now it's auto load. Ha! I've been going out in circles enough. So there we go. Prime example. Wasted. I think I wasted about 20 minutes. I really think I wasted about 20 minutes debugging. Like, sorry, what's happening? Because the whole entire structure works. I was monitoring and everything. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I think I can. And sadly, all right, truth to be told, sadly, this is what I'm going through when it comes to game dev. So I forgot to check the script, but I know I did a lot of tests, but the test fails. And maybe it's just me, it's like I don't really check too much. Or maybe because I'm doing it live, that's why I don't check certain. No, you know what? I think it's just me. Not because I'm live as well. Because it got me a few tries to make sure everything is working. And then, of course, when I forgot to put a specific code, yeah. Because I have, so on one end, I have not been practicing this type of, what do you call this? Not game dev, this type of safe. No, but I did. Oh, okay. Yes, I have not done. No, I actually am curious why I did not think of it, because one of the thing is I am using this exact save system for the Twitch game, but what's the difference between that and that? Then I realized that okay, the only difference is on the Twitch game, but on the Twitch game it does auto load. In a way, no, it did not auto load because that's the reason why I typed the word register. Yeah, the command register is for you. No, it's for the players to retrieve their data. So register is technically the command for load, and I won't say I'm not used to it, but I'm not used to it. Okay, fair enough. All right, fair enough. Okay. Save game, we need to make sure we have all this. I just realized number one, okay, you know what? Fair enough. Not to say I do not do this type of script enough, but I do not use the save system a little bit more on a regular basis. So certain things I would say I've forgotten because I've forgotten of one code. And one of the biggest reason is I forgot. You know what? Let's just put it as it is. I forgot. And that's why it is important for me to keep doing this on a regular basis. So that's one reason why I'm putting it live as well. All right, cool. Everything is working. Everything is working. Now I can switch this to 60 seconds. Okay, and then that's why I was curious, like how, why, yeah, how and why, and then I realized like I also have the loading here, yeah, a lot of things. Basically, I think it's messy. My code is definitely very messy, and because of that, it's like I won't say mess. I won't say messy. I would say uh not structured enough, because if the structure is a bit cleaner, I would say, okay, no, I know where to find where the save is, and there we go. And of course, now we are working with slightly a little bit more multiple scripts, but at the same time, we need to do a few more rewrites as well. And when I do my game, it is the Twitch game is definitely off the line, so I actually spend more time debugging. Okay. I do spend more time debugging, and that's not cool. Well, that's part of the grind, but that's not cool. Okay, now, when it comes to selectables, so we want to do here, not do here, we want to do this part right now, and that is retrieving a lot of extra stuff. So what I want to do is I'm going to create empty, and I'm going to call this the house. One of the things is now I want to put in the UI. So we want to load up different UI when we click differently. Clickable items, no, this is going to be house, okay. All right, and then there we go. Because we want to showcase a lot of stuff. We want to showcase avatar level 9. No, we want our avatar X, which I'll explain a little bit more. This is just temporary parameters. Avatar. Okay, that's it. Simple. Keep it simple. Okay. Next up, what we need is game. No. Okay, there we go. Okay. So when we click on something, it will load something, and unfortunately, it doesn't go through to this script. So what I want to do is I want to change just a little bit, because it is now on clickable items. Okay. Okay, item selected, click item, adventure item, go for an adventure, click item. Okay, so we have go for an adventure, and then we want a lot of other stuff. So that's where we want to check a few things, and that's where we want to check. I will not say windmill. Where's my go to adventure? Item. Okay, so we have item name, adventure item. So we're gonna put another one. Boo. This is gonna be house. We're gonna make it simple, house. So when we click our clickable item, now we can do is if. So we're gonna put an extra thing. This is called player stats, right? So we're gonna list out all the player stats inside here. Okay, so instead of go for an adventure, what we want to do is we need to make sure, yeah, copy paste. So when I think I should practice a little bit. When I copy paste, I should, instead of copy more, type more. Okay. Clickable item. Selected UI, item name. Okay, you know what? Let's gonna build in here. Build in, right? Built in. There we go. In object. This is gonna be house UI. Yeah. All right. And then item selected. Okay, so when we select an item, what we want to do is reset UI. Because later we want to add that mini game, and okay, and then what we want to do is selected. Yeah. All right. Make sure everything is up here. Fetch data, selected UI choose. This is a extra UI. Okay. Now, one biggest reason is if we click anywhere else, it will deselect. Okay. And then when we click in, this way we reset everything. Okay, sweet. I need to find a way to clean this up, but not today. Today, we want to make sure the game is working. Because now we want to have two things. We want to have the house and we want to have the gym. And then gym, we will do like at least 2 or 3 gyms that you can click. And what we want to do, okay, I want to put a limiter, like you can only do 1 gym per, you can choose to do 1 gym per day before an adventure, something like that. Like you only can do certain things before an adventure. Once you finish it up, once you click anything you can click, you have to go for an adventure. So it forces you to go for an adventure in a way. And I'm gonna put it like the excuse is like something you got bored. Like, oh, I've done this. I'm good for the day. But then again, if you pass a few hours or something like that, then it will be eligible. Window house. Okay. So that is working. Now what we want to do is you want to make sure cube. Oh wait, cube, we can remove you. Adventure item. Yep. Okay, there we go. House. Okay, now sadly I need to do something about these 2 things. So we're gonna improve the script next stream. So next stream, what we want to do is we want to bring in a small little mini game like, no mini game yet. For every item you click, you will get a buff, except for the windmill. There we go. If you click, okay, so when you click gym, it should show, yeah, it should be nothing. Windmill house, there we go. Oh wait, so what we need to do is we need to fix that. That will be the last task of the day. Okay, UI selected. If no UI is selected, do this. If it's selected, all right. If no UI is selected, click item, get item. Adventure item, and then else. Okay, this is not fun. If there we go. There we go. This is the next part. We also need to do a reset over there. Ooh, okay. We need to figure out how to do this. All right. If UI is selected, store data. If there is an existing UI selected, we technically don't need because it's exactly the same. Right? Yeah, it's exactly the same, so we don't need this line anymore. In theory, we don't need this line. In theory. But we want to double check. All right, this will be the last one for the night. And just like that, 1.5 hours, well, technically. So this round is a little bit longer because like I said, this round is a little bit busy for me. Okay, so we have one small little problem, and that is, yeah, all right, cool. So not say in theory we don't need, but we really need this. So the next thing I can do is click item, just click object, and then we copy this thing over here. So the question is why, right? Void get data, get UI data. I don't know why I do this, but all right, select no. Yeah, we have click item, click objects. Like, why do I need this? That's the question. Why do I need this if you select it? Oh, is it? I really don't know because it's exactly the same thing. All right. Click UI. All right, so I think we need to rewrite this portion. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to paste everything here because it's exactly the same thing. Okay. Okay. Disable this, disable this. So now, just to satisfy my curiosity, I'm going to disable everything below here because it's exactly the same. So I don't know why I have that. All right, last one. And I just realized I didn't show the script. It's just nothing much. I just copy paste and disable a few things here and there. Basically put everything to here. So now directly, I know it's just extra steps. Item selected, click, get UI data, and then it will go through the same thing. And I found out it's exactly the same as here and here. Okay, boop. Last one. All right, click windmill, gym, nothing. Click windmill, gym, nothing. Click windmill, gym, windmill, gym, windmill, go for an adventure. So makes no difference. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. So to make things easy with that, I'm gonna delete everything here. So with that, I wish you good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever you are. Have a nice day, my friends. Stay safe. Until then, I will see you guys same time, same place next Thursday, 9 p.m. PT time. If it's a slow day, then let's do game dev. If not, we play some games. But at the same time, I hope you all. Now this is the part I self-doubt myself. Okay, am I entertaining enough, or is this the content that what people want to? I know the answer for the second one. The question is, does people still find this entertaining? And actually kind of self-answered a little bit, as much as I don't want to admit. Actually, I kind of admit it already. But like I said, this is a project. This year's project, project 2025, and see how far can I go, or rather, how much. I'll save this for next week or next episode or the next stream whenever things pop up again, because it is too long already. So until then, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next stream, 9 p.m. PT time, Thursday. For those who are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. I will see you guys in the next game dev. You know what? I think I should change the name again, right? Casual Night Chit Chat Show. I should just change to Casual Night Game Dev Show.